Exposition of the Christian Faith, Book 1, Chapter 6. The Arians, then, say that Christ is unlike the Father. We deny it. Nay, indeed, we shrink in dread from the word. Nevertheless, I would not that your sacred majesty should trust to argument and our disputation. Let us inquire of the Scriptures, of the apostles, of the prophets, and of Christ. In a word, let us inquire of the Father, whose honor these men say they uphold, if the Son be judged inferior to him. But insult to the Son brings no honor to the good Father. It cannot please the good Father, if the Son be judged inferior rather than equal to his Father. I pray your sacred majesty to suffer me, if for a little while I address myself particularly to these men. But whom shall I choose to cite? Eunomius, or Arius, or Atheus, his instructors? For there are many names, but one unbelief, constant in wickedness, but in conversation divided against itself, without difference in respect of deceit, but in common enterprise breeding dissent. But wherefore they will not agree together, I understand not. The Arians reject the person of Eunomius, but they maintain his unbelief and walk in the ways of his iniquity. They say that he too generously published the writings of Arius. Truly, a plentiful lavishing of error. They praise him who gave the command, and deny him who executed it. Wherefore they have now fallen apart into several sects. Some follow after Eunomius or Aetius, others after Pelagius or Demophilus, and Auxentius, or the inheritors of this form of unbelief. Others again follow different teachers. Is Christ then divided? 1 Corinthians 1 verse 13. Nay, but those who divide him from the Father do with their own hands cut themselves asunder. Seeing therefore that men who agree not amongst themselves have all alike conspired against the church of God, I shall call those whom I have to answer by the common name of heretics. For heresy, like some hydra of fable, has waxed great from its wounds, and being oftentimes lopped short, has grown afresh, being appointed to find meet destruction in flames of fire, or like some dread and monstrous Scylla, divided into many shapes of unbelief, she displays, as a mask to her guile, the pretense of being a Christian sect, but those wretched men whom she finds tossed to and fro in the waves of her unhallowed strait, amid the wreckage of their faith, she girt with beastly monsters, rends with cruel fang of her blasphemous doctrine. This monstrous cavern, your sacred majesty, thick laid, as seafaring men do say it is, with hidden lairs, and all the neighborhood thereof, where the rocks of unbelief echo to the howling of her black dogs, we must pass by with ears in a matter stopped. For it is written, quote, hedge your ears about with thorns, end quote. This is from the book of Sirach, chapter 28, verse 28. And again, quote, beware of dogs, beware of evil workers, end quote. Philippians 3, verse 2. And yet again, quote, a man that is a heretic, avoid after the first reproof, knowing that such an one is fallen, and is in sin, being condemned of his own judgment, end quote. Titus 3, verse 10 and 11. So then, like prudent pilots, let us set the sails of our faith for the course wherein we may pass by most safely, and again follow the coasts of the Scriptures.